In the not-so-distant future, Earth faces an unprecedented crisis. The planet is being invaded by the mimics, extraterrestrial beings that have landed in Germany and are rapidly spreading across the continent. The movie opens with a news report detailing the unfolding invasion and the formation of the UDF. Major William Cage, our protagonist, is introduced as a seemingly unremarkable figure in this dystopian world. Cage's life takes a dramatic turn when he's summoned to London for a meeting with General Brigham, played by Brendan Gleeson. General Brigham is the imposing figurehead of the UDF, and he sees an opportunity to boost recruitment efforts by having Cage participate in the front lines of the war. Despite his protests and pleas, Cage is ultimately ordered to accompany a UDF invasion force, Operation Downfall, which aims to launch a massive assault on the mimics in France. Cage's journey to the battlefield begins as he arrives at Heathrow Airport, which has been transformed into a bustling military base. It's here that Cage's civilian attire is swapped for an exosuit, an advanced mechanized battlesuit that enhances a soldier's strength, speed, and combat capabilities. The heart of Edge of Tomorrow is the harrowing battle sequence on the beaches of France. Cage, completely out of his element. His inexperience with combat and the exosuit is glaringly evident as he fumbles through basic maneuvers. Chaos erupts as the mimics unleash their terrifying biomechanical creatures upon the UDF forces. The beach becomes a nightmarish battleground, with soldiers and civilians alike falling prey to the relentless onslaught. In this chaotic scene, Cage encounters Master Sergeant Farrell, played by Bill Paxton. Farrell is a no-nonsense, grizzled combat veteran responsible for training new recruits. He quickly realizes Cage's incompetence and insubordination, labeling him a deserter. Cage's pleas for help, or mercy, fall on deaf ears, and he's promptly stripped of his rank and assigned to Farrell's squad. As the battle rages on, Cage's fear and desperation intensify. He's confronted with the horrors of war firsthand and witnesses the deaths of countless soldiers, including his own. The mimic's formidable power and agility are unlike anything he could have imagined, and he is brutally killed in the midst of the chaos. To Cage's shock and confusion, death does not mark the end of his ordeal. Instead, he awakens to find himself back at Heathrow Airport, reliving the same day, the day of the invasion. Initially believing it to be a vivid nightmare or a glitch in his memory, Cage soon realizes the truth. He is caught in a relentless time loop that forces him to relive the same day of battle repeatedly. Each time Cage dies, he wakes up at Heathrow Airport, with all his memories intact. He struggles to convince others of his predicament, but is met with skepticism and disbelief. The time loop becomes a haunting nightmare, with Cage trying different approaches to survive the day and avoid death. Despite his best efforts, he dies again and again, experiencing a sense of hopelessness and despair. Amid his repeated attempts to survive, Cage crosses paths with a legendary soldier named Sergeant Rita Vrataski, portrayed by Emily Blunt. Rita is renowned as the Angel of Verdun for her extraordinary combat skills and her role in humanity's few victories against the mimics. She recognizes Cage's unusual condition and confronts him, demanding to know where he acquired the advanced combat abilities he has suddenly displayed. Cage, desperate for help and understanding, explains his situation to Rita. He tells her about the time loop and the mimic invasion, hoping that she will believe him. Rita, who had once experienced the same phenomenon herself, realizes that Cage's unique predicament could be humanity's only chance to defeat the mimics. She decides to train him to harness his newfound combat skills and help him become a formidable warrior. Rita takes Cage under her wing, guiding him through intense combat training. Their relationship evolves as they spend countless iterations of the day together, with Cage growing from an inexperienced and terrified recruit into a skilled and fearless soldier. Rita's guidance, combat expertise, and an unwavering determination become instrumental in Cage's transformation. As Cage and Rita continue to fight their way through the time loop, they uncover a vital piece of information about the mimics, the source of their power. They learn about the existence of the Omega, a central hive mind that controls the mimic forces. The Omega is the key to the mimics' ability to anticipate and counter human strategies, effectively making them nearly unbeatable. Realizing that the Omega is the linchpin of the invasion, Cage and Rita's mission becomes clear. They must locate and destroy the Omega to break the cycle of death and prevent the mimics from resetting the day. With each iteration, they gather more information about the mimics' movements and the possible location of the Omega. Cage and Rita's relentless determination leads them on a perilous journey to locate the Omega. Their destination is the heart of the mimic invasion in Europe, Paris. As they make their way through the war-torn continent, they face a series of challenges, confrontations, and unexpected twists. Their journey is fraught with danger as they navigate through mimic-infested territories, dodging lethal creatures and avoiding enemy patrols. At every step, they must rely on their growing expertise and Rita's knowledge of the battlefield. Along the way, they form a deep bond forged by shared experiences and their shared mission to save humanity. Despite their progress, the mimics prove to be formidable adversaries. They continually adapt to Cage and Rita's strategies, making each iteration of the battle a unique and deadly encounter. The stakes are higher than ever as they inch closer to the Louvre Pyramid in Paris, the suspected location of the Omega. The climax of the film unfolds beneath the iconic Louvre Pyramid. Cage and Rita stand at the precipice of their mission, facing the ultimate showdown with the Omega. The tension is palpable as they descend into the underground chambers, illuminated only by the eerie blue glow of the alien technology. Inside the chamber, they finally encounter the Omega, an otherworldly biomechanical entity that serves as the central intelligence of the mimics. It is a grotesque and mysterious being, a stark contrast to the advanced technology surrounding it. As they approach, the Omega's presence becomes more menacing, and the battle that ensues is a battle of wits, skill, and courage. Cage and Rita fight valiantly, utilizing every ounce of their combat training and strategic knowledge. The Omega is a formidable adversary, capable of manipulating time and reality in ways they cannot predict. The battle is a test of their resolve and their ability to outsmart an enemy with unparalleled intelligence. In a moment of sacrifice and bravery, Cage makes a daring move to destroy the Omega. The battle reaches its climax as the fate of humanity hangs in the balance. The outcome of this confrontation will determine the future of Earth and whether the time loop will be broken. The dust settles, and the eerie blue glow of the Omega fades. Cage awakens once more, but this time, it's in a world that appears vastly different. As he emerges from his slumber, he realizes that something has changed. The mimic invasion is no longer in progress, and the world is no longer a battlefield. He navigates this new reality, struggling to comprehend what has occurred. The mimics have been defeated, and humanity has seemingly won the war. But there is one thing that troubles Cage. The memories of the time loop, the battles, and his bond with Rita remain vivid and intact, even though the events themselves never transpired in this timeline. Cage embarks on a quest to find Rita Vrataski, the woman who had become his mentor, partner, and confidant throughout their shared ordeal. As he tracks her down, he is faced with the painful realization that the time loop has erased their shared experiences from Rita's memory. She no longer recognizes him, and their deep connection has been severed. The movie concludes on a bittersweet note, with Cage deciding to seek out Rita once more, despite the fact that she is now a stranger to him. The audience is left with a sense of hope and reflection, pondering the sacrifices made and the profound impact of the extraordinary events that unfolded.